Cool. I can see. Okay. So here's how the intro gone. We'll start with some basic questions on topics like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. At the end, we'll have one to small coding problems.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Let's start with HTML. So in HTML, what is event bubbling?
In HTML, event bubbling is where uh, means below the inner element is just access the outside element like a div 1, div 2, div 3. If you click on the div 3, so it will go to the div 1 and div 2. So inner to outer uh, element it access event bubbling.
Okay. So to stop that bubbling, what we can do?
Stop propagation or default prevent the
Okay.
default default.
Okay. What is the difference between cookie, session storage, and local storage?
Uh, yes, local storage and session storage. Local storage, if you save just a key value pair, if you save in key value pair and shutdown or system is turned off, so in local storage, it will not uh, uh, not to remove the value, but in session storage it is a key value pair. So in session storage, we are if you shut down or the laptop or system, so it will go on the data. And cookies, we are using some entries like a timing, if your data is expire in after 1 year or something, so that time we are using a cookies in expires key is using.
Okay. What is the use of async and defer attributes in script tag?
Async,
Let me spread it in chat.
async and
Async and defer attributes.
defer attributes. Hmm.
Yeah.
So async, I know, but defer I don't know. So async is a asynchronous.
Um, oh, can you open the chat? Is it visible to you? Chat window.
Wait, script async and script defer. I think this one defer. Mm, no, sir, I don't have any idea. Script.
Okay. Yeah, no, sure. Okay. What is the difference between a block level element and an inline element?
Yes, block level just like a div, and inline is just like a span.
Okay. Uh, what are the differences between flex and grid?
Flux and
Grid. CSS flex, CSS grid.
CSS flex. So when we are using for designing purpose like border or some buttons or some boxes, so that time we are using some flux. But then second one is
A grid.
uh, grid. Yes, grid we are using in Bootstrap grid, like we are using some extra small for uh, page responsiveness, extra small and large and medium. So these are the grid, and we can row columns.
Okay. What are the new features introduced in ES6?
First of all, let and const. Let and const is a new features in ES6, and prototypes, and Without when we are using const, so it will const, it means a constant, we can not reassign variables. And let is obviously using a block scope in ES6. Prototype we are using in ES6. If you want to outside any variable or method, so we can use the prototype. It is just replace of inheritance.
Okay. So this snippet, so basically I had declared a const object and trying to modify its value. So will this raise an error or it won't raise an error?
Const user, this is an object id 1.
Yeah,
User dot id is equal to 2. So it update uh, user dot
yeah,
you want to update the id.
yeah. This piece of code, like, will it succeed or will it raise an error?
Mm, I think const here is a constant of user and id is 1. So this uh, um, user dot id is equal to 2. I think both are different. Sir, this is an object and you can define. I think it's succeed.
Uh,
No,
the update will happen or will it raise an error?
sorry.
These two lines, right? So will it raise an error or it won't raise an error? Because it's a const variable, I'm changing its value. So will it raise an error or no?
Yeah, you want to update this value, no? If user, it's a success, no, sir.
Okay. So the second one, like, will it raise an error?
Uh, yes. First of all, you define a user, and second one user is again, so it will raise the error.
Okay. Okay. What's the difference between map and for each?
Uh, yes, map actually it just given the same array. We are fetching the data, and for each we can use when we are using a for each. So for each, if you want to some particular data, some particular key or value, so that time we are using a for each. If you want to fetch any uh, a key in the object, so then that time we are using a for each. But map is just return a new array.
Okay. Map will return the transformed array and for each won't return.
Return.
Okay. Yeah. I have sent another snippet. So at the end, like, will it print one or will it print two?
Where user id is 1, so where second username, so user dot id is equal to user back id. So 2. will display 2
Why it will print 2?
because we are updating the ID, no?
But I'm updating ID of user, right? So why it is affecting user backup?
User back ओके है यूज़र इसको यूज़र को गया यूज़र बैकअप यूज़र बैकअप को अंदर यूज़र डॉट आई यूज़र बैकअप डॉट आई डी इज़ वन वन ओके
Sorry, but so at the end, will it print 1 or will it print 2?
अपडेटिंग है ना तो यूज़र आईडी टू भी वन आएगा सर
No, it will print 2 only.
अच्छा टू ओके अपडेट द टू
Any cases like why it will print 2?
actually it will updating na so first I updating after the one so this one user backup dot id 2 first
Okay.
of all it will go to the one then again you are updating user dot id is equal to 2 so it will print the 2
When we the second line when we did where user backup equal to user, so it will take the reference. That means user backup and user will be pointing to the same object in memory. So changing the one will affect the other.
okay
Okay. Yeah.
first of all console dot log 1 print करेगा then set time out console dot log 2 0 promise resolve dot then console dot log 3 पहला तो 1 प्रिंट करेगा then after set time out so set time out with 0 है ना 0 है then 2 console dot then console promise है one 2 and 3 resolve 1 2 and 3 because we are using set time out 0 its time है
Second and third are async operations, so they will be moved to two. So after that, like uh, promise will take more precedence, right? So one, three, and two.
but so set time out it will 0 its time no there is no any timing to
Yeah, it is. So it will basically push this callback function into a queue.
अच्छा 1 3
Process resolve also it will push into micro task queue. So this promise one will take more precedence, so it will execute
it
first.
will execute first okay 1 3 and 2
Okay. What's the difference between package.json and package log.json?
package.json and package log
Log.json.
package.json it is dependencies all the dependencies where we are using some packages installing package.log actually we are work in Zendex so when we are using a Zendex so in package.log we are Zendex some CLIs are installing so that time is package.log It is
Uh,
also some packages, uh, some require packages is installing in package.log.
okay.
And in package.json we are also like versions and dependencies also is just inside the package.json.
Okay. Okay. We can start with coding questions. You can start sharing your screen and open one of your favorite ID.
Okay.
Okay. You can search for JS Fiddle React. This will be plain JavaScript. You can search for React. Okay. Uh, Write a simple counter example. So there should be a plus and minus button and a number. When I click on plus, the number should increment. When I click on number should decrement.
Okay.
Write it as a functional component with hooks.
Okay. So this one here, you like that? Count plus one, count minus one, and these function are coming here.
Okay. Second line, there are some issues. Second line.
Okay, some arrow function then actually just doing some arrow function.
No, no. Second line, you kept minus x.
Minus one, sir.
No, no. Look at second line.
Second line where this one
No, no.
inside
Uh,
bracket.
I mean, first line. Const count something.
Huh? Acha, this one is equal to.
Okay. What should be the initial value?
Um, Initial value giving some. Um,
In the use any value.
Sorry.
So, in the first line, yeah, user state you haven't given any value.
Yeah, you can also use here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is equal to
Oh,
1. Or here we can directly use also 1.
okay. These functions you can also make them as variables.
Which one?
Yeah,
These functions?
yeah.
No, I'm not getting your point.
No, no. It is showing as error, right?
Error actually some semicolon or this one, sir. Actually, I write some short form. Na? Here we are importing some React and inside the function actually. So here we are using
Okay.
semicolon
Uh,
actually. Import
I
from
have.
React and inside one function and we are closing braces after this.
Okay.
Mm.
I have sent another question. Please open chat. Teams chat. Click on see more. Yeah. So, so let's say I have these three functions: task one, task two, task three. So all these three will return promises. Okay. So if I run them directly like this, right? Task one run, task two run, task three run. So these might not run in sequence. First, the last one might return. After that, first one. After that, the second one, like that. So my requirement is that I should run all these three tasks in sequence. So first task one should start and run. After that, completing only task two should run. After that, only task three should start and run. How will you achieve?
Um,
Assume
okay.
that task two, task three functions are already defined. You just need to invoke them.
Inside inside the function task1 we are using some promise, and if resolve, then it will go to the second task 2, and again it will async we are using async await. First of all, this function will go to the async, and if it will succeed, then it will go to the second task 2, and then again last task 3. Some async await function we are using. Because one by one we can use inside the promise.
Okay, can you write the sample code for that?
um, task 1.
Uh, Assume that these task 1, task 2, task 3 are already defined. You just run them.
async बना सकते हैं, अदरवाइज इसे
Hello.
hello.
I mean, you are trying to define task 1 function, right? So assume that this function is already defined. You just need to run it.
So where is this one task 1 task.
Y- Yeah, I kept 1 and 2, right? So those are the questions. Run all 3 tasks in sequence.
So, so here we are using task 1. If promise is resolved, then again go to the task 2.
You are defining that function task 1 equal to some arrow function. No need to define. So task 1 is already written. You just run that function. Okay. No, no, that's syntax.
So without task 1 task 2 without. promise. If this one is resolved, then last task 3 is promise, and then go to the catch. Otherwise, mm,
No, you are not running the function here. You are just defining function.
where
So this is not the syntax.
okay. Mm, like how's the run in task 1, task 2, task 3, run.
So it should be something like task one, run it and dot then. So
Yes,
dot
promise dot then, yes sir. Hmm. The here is resolved.
moves dot task one dot then. It should be like task one dot then.
Task 1 dot then. One dot then. Dot then होना चाहिए.
Something like this. Can you task run? If you run that function, it will return a promise. You can chain it dot then. So dot then will accept a callback function. So in that, it will accept data and it will run task two. So the whole thing will return a promise. You can chain it and then dot then you can run task.
Okay. So no need to use promise dot then. Yeah.
No, I mean I told right task one when running it, it will return a promise in the first line I told.
Okay.
Okay, can you answer the second one? Run all tasks and then print done the second task. So here, right, in my code, task one dot then. So until task one is completed, task two and three will wait. So instead, I want to run all these three tasks and print done after completing all three. Can you achieve that?
Prince the promise dot all.
Okay, promise dot. Yeah, that will solve. Okay. Okay, I am done with questions. Do you have any questions for me?